Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall see how to perform division with decimals. There is a procedure which I want to explain for division of decimals. So the procedure is as follows. To divide decimals, move the decimal point in the divisor to the right so that the divisor is a whole number. So that is an important step we want to have with us. Then the second step is move the decimal point in the dividend the same number of places to the right, So let us underline those steps, and then we will use them as we go. And the next step, the third step, is place the decimal point in the quotient directly above the decimal point in the dividend. Place the decimal point in the quotient directly above the decimal point in the dividend. And then step number 5 is perform the division as we would with whole numbers. Perform the division as we would do the division of whole numbers. So let us see if we can implement this procedure to divide some decimal numbers. Let's take a simple example. Let's say we want to divide 0.86 divided by 0.7. Okay, so that is what we have. And then for the solution, let us break it down into these different steps, and then that way we should be able to solve this problem in a much easier manner. Step number 1. To divide decimals, move the decimal point in the divisor to the right so that the divisor is a whole number. So what we have here is 0.86, and then we're dividing that by 0.7. So the way we can write this one is as follows. We are moving the decimal place in the divisor to the right and making it as a whole number. So we're going to write this one as 7, and then divide by, we're going to move the decimal place inside here from 0.86. we're going to move it one place to the right, and therefore this becomes 8.6. So in other words, we are multiplying by 10 to both these numbers. 0.7 times 10 is 7, 0.86 times 10 is 8.6. Now step number 2. Step 2. So what are we doing here? In step 2, move the decimal point in the dividend the same number of places to the right, and that's what we did. In step 3, place the decimal point in the quotient directly above the decimal point in the divisor, in the dividend. So what are we doing here? So let me write this, 7 and then 8.6. We're going to place the decimal point just right above the decimal point there, like that. And then step number 4 is perform the division as if we're going to perform the division of whole numbers. So the way we do that is as follows. 7 times what number is equal to or less than 8? 7 times 1 is 7. We subtract. 8 minus 7 is 1, and then we carry the 6 here, and then we are now ready to do the next step. 7 times what number is equal to or less than 16? 7 times 2 is 14. We subtract. 16 minus 14 is 2. If there are no more numbers, we can add zeros, and then we can borrow the 0, and then we can add the 0 there. 7 times what number is equal to or less than 20? So again, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21, so we cannot use 3, so we can use 2. So now 20 minus 14 is 6, we can add another 0 here and then borrow that 0 here. So therefore now it is 60. 7 times what number is equal to or less than 60? 7 times 8 is 56. So when we subtract, we're going to come up with a value equal to 4, and then we can keep going. Therefore, the value therefore we can now say that 0.86 divided by 0.7 is equal to 1.228, and then it keeps going. So therefore we're going to round it to the 100th place. So therefore we can write this one as 0.86 divided by 0.7 is approximately equal to 1.23, because we are looking at the number 8. We want to be here, so therefore 8 is greater than 5. Therefore we've rounded it up to 1.23. So therefore this is our answer. This is where we want to leave it. Okay, this is the way we perform division of decimal numbers. In my next presentation, we shall look at some more examples as to how to perform division with decimal numbers.